What up? What a do, your boy JDQ with Vision Eye View TV Shorts live. And this is episode number 4. And I have about one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, about 8 or 9 topics to discuss. I'm going to do my very best to get through these articles in about 5 minutes or less each one. But before I get right into it, please do me a huge solid and a huge favor. Like up the stream, share it forward. You're going to want to share this one because we have a lot of interesting articles to discuss. I'm going to do my very best to get in my take, my opinion, and my insight on each and every single one of these. Some of them I actually discussed a few days ago on one of the past streams, but I just kind of like briefly brushed through it. I didn't go into depth about it. But we will try to do that a little bit today on this episode. For those of you watching right now, like Armansky and anybody else who is watching this live, a huge shout out to every single one of you guys. Thanks for being here. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are sharing your time with me, and I do highly appreciate that. I really do. Anyways, without wasting too much time, one of the first articles that I do want to discuss is this Kodak Black situation. Now, I released a short earlier today. All right, I released it earlier today. I want to say like a few hours ago, and I had like read one of the articles, and I was already kind of late by the time I came across the article, and I was like, oh man, like that sucks or whatever, like when I say that sucks, I just mean like the fact that he was even caught with what he was caught with, which was like cocaine or whatever. But like I want to say like about an hour ago or close to an hour ago, I was flipping through different articles and different like videos and content, and searching through different articles on Google search, and I came across the fact that he was actually released. Kodak Black has been released on a $75,000 bond. All right. And one of the reasons I want to bring this article up and just kind of like briefly discuss it a little bit is because like the justice system is like, I want to say most of the time it's a joke, but also at the same time it's a double-edged sword in a way, because it's like I think it's a joke that a lot of these people who have way beyond the means of paying these bonds or whatever, like fines or whatever, it's kind of like a free pass to do whatever you want as long as you can pay for like the repercussions like afterwards. And I don't know. I know like I'm pretty much alone in this. I'm pretty sure if I ask you guys, you're probably gonna tell me, well, at least most of you will say that, the bond that was paid was like um, fair or whatever. If you ask me though, I honestly do believe that a lot of these bond amounts should be like raised a lot higher. Like I think for like especially for like celebrities and people who have the means to like pay for it, raise that up to like $1 million. Like, and I know it sounds like ridiculous to some, and it sounds like ludicrous to some. It's like, oh, that's like way too much. Well, I'm like, well, I mean, we're talking about public figures and influencers, right? Singers, rappers, musicians, celebrities, actors, models, blah, 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 right? These people generate millions upon millions and sometimes even billions of dollars, depending on who it is. So it's like $1 million for someone like him. He could definitely afford it, and it should sting. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, he should be able to like afford it, right? But at the same time, it should hurt. $75,000 is not going to hurt someone like him. $75,000 is like almost like loose change, or like, I don't want to say loose change. is like opening up the safe and being like, all right, this was like supposed to go towards like, I don't know, a car for like my mom or something like that, but I guess I can just, give it to these people. That's the way it is, and that's how most of the time it feels for a lot of these people who are in that type of like situation, right? But anyways, at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of like it goes both ways, and it really is a two-edged sword. Why? Because then I think to myself, dang, like I know like it has to be fair and as equal as possible for all. Like if it's set to like 1 million for him, then it should be set to 1 million for like anyone who, ends up in that type of situation that he was in. But then I'm like, damn, yo, like, what if like someone were to like frame any one of us, right? Well, God forbid it never happens, but let's just say worst case scenario, any single one of us, average normal people, right, gets framed by somebody else and plants, drugs on whatever in our vehicle or in our home or whatever, and we get like caught with that, and we know for a fact it's not ours or whatever, right? And then now because the bar has been raised to like $1 million, right? Then like of course the average person like you and me, like we're not gonna be able to afford that. And no matter how much we know that it's been planted there and it's been like we've been like framed or whatever, it's like 75,000 to 1 million is a huge jump for the regular average person. So then I'm like, damn, like even 75,000 is like not affordable to begin with for the average person. So that sucks. And then that's why I'm like, dang, that kind of is like, I wish the bond amount was higher so that when it comes to people like this, it actually stings and it actually is like, it really is kind of like, damn, do I want to do this again or do I want to like put myself in a position where this might happen again, or should I chill out and like not mess with that stuff at all? You know what I mean? But then I'm like, damn, like the average person can't afford 75,000. So what makes me think like we're gonna afford like 1 million, right? But that was my take on it. You know, so this was like the one from earlier today. Rapper Kodak Black is arrested on cocaine charges in South Florida. Fun fact: I'm from Florida. That's part of the reason why I cover anything that happens in Florida. If you guys have paid attention over the few months, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to read the last few parts of this. So it says here Capri, which is Kodak Black's real name. Capri was ordered to drug rehab for 30 days earlier this year after missing a drug test in February and then testing positive for fentanyl several days later, according to court records. Then, last June, a warrant for his arrest was issued after authorities said he didn't show up for a June 9th drug test. In January 2021, then President Donald Trump commuted a 3-year federal prison sentence the rapper had for falsifying documents used to buy weapons. Capri had served about half his sentence. As Kodak Black, Capri has sold more than 30 million singles. That didn't really matter. So yeah, this right here, you know, obviously the paragraph before what I just read explains that after getting caught with the cocaine and other stuff, he was free with a $75,000 bond, um, and regular drug testing was a condition of his release. But yeah, this part really, it's sad, yo. It really is sad, and I really wish people in his situation and people in his type of like social club, if you will, would just kind of like take a step back and just realize that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why any one of them gets involved with any of that stuff because it's dumb. But all right. So I already said my piece about like what I think the minimum bond amount should be, but then I also explained like why there has to be some type of like give and take. But anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about that. Now this next article You know, let me just say, I hate saying I told you so, but I told you so. I was one of the very few people that I saw, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn. I'm not saying this to say, oh, like I'm always the one, like with the latest breaking news. I'm not saying that at all, because I have to like I have to admit that I'm actually late most of the time, and I'm actually like I try not to like ride any wave or train, right? Just because I like to be original and like standoffish, and I don't like following the crowds and all that stuff. For the most part, I know sometimes I kind of have to do it just to gain a little bit of traction with the channel, but for the most part, I don't. I'm not that worried about like missing a wave on a article or like on news or breaking news or whatever. It's like I get to it whenever I can. But this I actually brought up in one of the last streams. I think it was like the actual last stream that I did, and I was talking about how recently there was this Balenciaga like fashion show. Let me just say that Balenciaga. I heard sometimes saying certain words or keywords into the mic helps with the algorithm, so I'm gonna give that a shot today. Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian. No. But all jokes aside, I brought this up. Well, not this specific article, but I did bring up on the last Vision IBTV Shorts Live that I did. Um, well, maybe it wasn't the last one. It was the one before the last one. I brought up how everyone had forgotten the whole Balenciaga situation from like last year, and how recently Cardi B and a bunch of other singers and artists and actors attended a Balenciaga um, like show or whatever. And like apparently at the time when I had brought it up, I was saying that no one was like doing anything, no one was saying anything, and I was questioning like, yo, did people forget? Like just a little over a year ago, it was discovered that they were doing so many things and just using kids in a very extreme, like satanic, weird way. And I was like saying, like, yo, like, I don't understand how everybody forgot already. Even, like, no one apparently is verbally standing up against this, right? Knowing what happened last year. But then earlier today, I was scrolling through like the news and I found this article, and the headlines read Kim Kardashian and Kendall Jenner lose over 850,000 IG followers after Balenciaga show. Now, mind you, losing followers, sure, it's a statement for sure. Like, and hey, I applaud everyone who unfollowed them. Um, they shouldn't even be followed at all to begin with. Let's start with that. But yeah, I applaud anyone and everyone who took that type of stance of like unfollowing after something like that. But there's realistically, it's not gonna do damage overall to them per se. It's just gonna kind of like, it's gonna because I don't even know how many followers they actually have. Let's check that out real quick, shall we? Um, because I'm sure they're both in the millions of like followers. I don't know why, but they are. So let's see. Let's see where they're at. Um, Kim Kardashian. This should be quick. Okay, here we go. All right, yeah. So mm, let's she has over 364 million followers. So losing barely a million followers, like not even like close to a million followers, is a statement for sure. But there should be like I mean, I'm gonna read the article and see what else it says. But there should be like a lot more standing up against this. They should have lost a lot more followers, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, exactly. Emily Rose says, yeah, good, but not enough. They're not good influencers to begin with. They're still making millions and not paying any real consequences for being involved with this. Exactly. Exactly right. So let's read the article. And this is by yahoo.com, by the way, for those of you wondering where the article's from. It says here Kim Kardashian, Cardi B, and Kendall Jenner have all reportedly lost Instagram followers after their involvement in Balenciaga's recent fall 2024 fashion show. While Kardashian and Jenner merely attended the showcase, their attendance resulted in a combined loss of over 850,000 followers, around 300,000 for Kim and five. Oh, so it wasn't even okay. It's a combined amount. Dang, that sucks. It's like I was hoping they both lost around that amount, or maybe it was just Kim or whatever. But it says here around 300,000 for Kim and 500,000 for Kendall lost, according to research carried out by Replay Poker. Although Cardi B walked the runway, she reportedly lost just 133,619 followers the day after the show. Surprisingly, Nicole Kidman, who was announced as the brand's newest ambassador around the same time as the show, actually gained followers instead of what? What? With her following increasing by approximately 5,000 followers. It's unclear as to what sparked the increase for Kidman, but it's likely that Balenciaga fans who weren't familiar with the actor before have since discovered her, I guess. As for Kim and Kendall, communal disdain for the Card Jenner family seems to be only increasing the more visible they are, and coupled with Balenciaga's previous controversies. It's not even just a controversy. It's like uncovering like legitimate information and truth. Like it's more than controversy, but okay. It appears that the feeling towards the brand is still relatively. Why is it mixed? Why on God's green earth is there any positive feeling towards that brand at all? Like at all? Why is anyone like still following them? Period. Why is anyone like supporting them in any way, shape, or form? I don't get it. I don't understand. Both Balenciaga and the Kardashian family should have like immediately lost, if not all the following. I want to say like 90% of the following. That's what should have happened. That's what should have happened because there's always the crazy bunch that they just want to follow someone because they idolize them or whatever. So that happens. But yo, like, get out of here. Like, oh my goodness, yo, my goodness, it's not enough. All right, let's see. I know this might be like a similar topic, but we'll see. All right, so this one is by um, hiphopdx.com. Yeah. The headlines read, by the way, her face looks messed up. Like her right eye looks smaller than her, like I don't know, it looks weird. The headlines read Cardi B silences body critics with unedited photo from Kim Kardashian's Skims campaign. Cardi B has had enough of the body critics and fired back with an unedited photo from recent Skims campaign. The Grammy-winning rapper started Kim Kardashian's Cotton Collection campaign back in October and faced a bit of backlash after fans took issue with her cosmetically enhanced figure. On Wednesday, blah 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 blah. Cardi B appeared to hit back at her haters by posting an alleged untouched photo of her Instagram. Okay, okay. I don't know what the big deal is. In other news, Cardi, she's back on good terms with Chick-fil-A after they butchered her order in consecutive days earlier this week. Okay, dear Lord. I am so sorry and I apologize to you guys. I even brought this article up. I thought I saw something else where it was like kind of intermingled with the last article I just read, but I guess not. So we'll just move on to the next one. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. This is by out.com, right? And I'm sure I already know what this page is about, but hey, it's an article nonetheless, so we're going to read it. The headlines read Kid Cudi claps back at Christian rapper's lame uh, diss track of Lil Nas X. God ain't had nothing to do with this, Kid Cudi said. Okay. Um, Lil Nas X recently talked about entering his Christian music era in a recent post on X. While this is a path many other mainstream music artists have taken before, out gay rapper Nas X was probably joking about it and or would tackle the genre in a very different way than most artists. Nonetheless, Nas X has already attracted the holy fury of several Christian rappers who are creating diss tracks about him. One of them is Bryson Gray, who has 320,000 followers on X, 280,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 246,000 followers on Instagram. Gray describes himself as a biblical Christian rapper and points out in his social media bios that he's hated by many. In a new diss track titled Lil Nas X Response, Gray raps that Nas X took our money, but as soon as he got big, all of a sudden he's pushing homosexuality on our kids. He also spits bars about how all our kids are being led astray. They let Cardi B on Baby Shark. Yeah, she catches stray. I'm not going to play the video here just for copyright purposes. Um, but he's not wrong. Um, Bryson Gray, he's not wrong with what he said there. He's like dead on, spot on. Okay. you know, I respect anyone and everyone who is calling any artist, any singer, any rapper out. That is trying to mock God, the Christian faith, the gospel, anything, the Bible, and they should be called out. And I hope a lot more people, because look, man, let's be honest. Let's be honest, yo. Let's if you're part of the hive mind, I need you to kind of like pause, disconnect yourself from the hive mind, and think for yourself for a second. All right. I want you to like close your eyes. I want you to like bring up any popular song that you can think of that everyone has. It's been like a club banger or whatever, and really listen to it like for what it really is. All right, and take yourself out of the context of you enjoying it with everybody else. Like, is it really that good? Is it really that good? Like, is it worth your time? Like, a lot of the songs and quote unquote hits by a lot of these mainstream and secular like rappers and singers and all that, they're just hyped up. They're just promoted extremely well. They're just advertised like to like no end. All right, and that's part of that's a big part of the reason why you can't get their songs out of your head is because they're heavily promoted. They're like pushed in front of your face, in front of your ears. But are they really like actually good? Most of the times they're not. Most of the times it's just like the beat is catchy and that's about it. The beat is catchy, and maybe on some of them the hook or chorus might be catchy and but aside from that is that's it. That's all you get. So like the real like corny people here are like the mainstream and secular artists that they just pump out what they're told to pump out. They just post and record and like send off to the internet whatever their handlers tell them to put out. So if they're told to put out anything about like gun violence and like being a gangster and smoking and being promiscuous and doing all the drugs you can and get drunk and do this and do that, that's what they're gonna pump out. And it's more of the same. It's all the same. Anything in the mainstream and secular like music, especially sadly in the rap and hip hop culture, it is all the same. All corny, because they're all corny, every single one of them, starting with Lil Nas X. And I'll even throw Cuddy in there, which by the way, Cuddy used to be one of my favorites back in the day when I used to actually listen to mainstream and secular like hip hop. But they're all corny, bro. They really all are corny. They're cheesy and they need to be called out. They need to be singled out. They need to be confronted, because that's the thing. Like, none of these people who like mock the faith, the Christian faith, none of them are being confronted as much as they should be. Like, they'll get confronted every now and then. Like, people like D1 called out Rick Ross recently, and I forget the other guy's name. But it's very few people far in between that actually call these people out, right? Yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next subject. Like, trust me, the Christian rapper is not the corny one, bro. Like, you are. Lil Nas X, you're the corny one. Kid Cudi, you're the corny one. Anyone else on that boat of like mainstream hip hop and rap and all that, like, y'all are the corny ones. All right. Someone who's has legitimate bars and like actual like deep lyrics in their tracks, in their songs, is not the corny one. You know who the corny one is? The ones that keep pumping out the same thing over and over and over again, right? But anyways, that's just my take on it. Um, on to the next one. I think this one's one of the, I don't want to say funny ones, but yeah. By the way, I'm gonna try to just be here until 7, at no later than 7:30. So if you have any questions or things that you guys want to bring up and discuss before I leave, try to do it before then. All right. Boom. All right. Houston rapper Sauce Walker leads police on high speed chase of 130 miles per hour, crashes vehicle. All right. I'm not gonna play the video, but it says here, Houston rapper Sauce Walker is facing charges after leading police on a high-speed chase early Wednesday morning. According to court documents, Sauce Walker, also known as Albert Walker Mondane, is charged with evading arrest or detention, motor vehicle, watercraft, or tire deflation device. Court documents stated that Mondane evaded from police while driving 130 miles per hour for over 2 miles until he crashed his vehicle. His first court setting is scheduled for Friday. I kind of wish there was a lot more to the story, but this is good. This is my genuine reaction, first reaction to this type of like article. Um, yeah, after all that blasphemy, right? All right, on to the next one. Let's see this one because I was interested to see who in the heck anyone thinks legit.ng. 30. Oh, interesting number to begin with. 33 most popular rappers right now, biggest names in the industry. Let's see who they say it is. All right. Baby Keem, never heard of him. Kendrick Lamar, I know of him, but Eminem, okay, that kind of makes sense. Drake, okay, that kind of makes sense. Jay-Z, nope, shouldn't be on the list. J. Cole, I get it. Kodak Black, definitely don't get it. Kanye West, that's a hard pass. Lola, never heard of her. Central C, never heard of him. 21 Savage, I've heard some of his songs, and out of like all the ones that people like talk about or whatever, I only know one that he has that was okay, and that was the one he made with J Cole. Um, I think it's titled like Enough or something like that. No, not enough, a lot, something like that. Travis Scott, definitely should not be on the Rakim. Nope. Future, no. Logic, I kind of get it. Cardi B, I don't get it. Tyler the Creator, I don't get it. I Swear Better, I've never heard of him. Who? The Uzi No, definitely should not be on the list. Post Malone, I kind of get it. The Baby, no. Who? Destroy Lonely? Look at this. He Listen, man. Look at that. Look at his necklace. Look at the pendant on his necklace. An upside down pentagram. Like, and 11 on the jersey of Lil Baby. I mean, the baby. Um, Lord help me. Black and white on the Uzi Vert for Duality. I could go on and on, you know, but Nicki Minaj, I kind of get it. Lil Tyler, I don't get it. Playboy Cardi, never heard any of his stuff. Who? Fabio Foreign, I don't know who he is. Young Thug, no, definitely not. Doja Cat, definitely not. Um, ASAP Rocky, definitely not. Rick Ross, definitely not. I don't even know who Key Glock is. Denzel Curry, I don't know who that is. Pop Smoke, I've heard of, but I've never heard his stuff. So, um, that's it. What? That's it. Is that 33? It was just me. Am I? Did I skip anybody? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, yeah, I guess that was 33. Damn, I like really breezed through that list, and I didn't even know more than half of that list, so that's weird. But at the same time, I haven't been on that mainstream boat in a long time, so all right, we're approaching the last two articles of the show. So, all right. This is by couriermail.com. The headlines read Hungry rapper who blamed alter ego found guilty of brutal murder. Um, it starts by saying a Queensland rapper who bludgeoned his sleeping housemate to death and then blamed his alter ego for the violent slaying has been found guilty of murder. Oh, man. I didn't know they were going to do this to me. Okay, at least you guys got the headlines for that one. All right, let's breeze through this other one. All right, this is actually an important one that I wanted to like discuss. So this is by musictimes.com and the headlines read 50 Cent doubles down on Diddy documentary plans, rapper donating proceeds to sexual assault victims. That's pretty cool. Uh, on 50. So it says here 50 Cent is not letting up on the documentary he plans to make about the alleged sexual assault cases against Sean Diddy Combs. And in fact, he declared that he will be donating to the Bad Boy for Life rapper's alleged victims. According to reports, the Get Rich or Die Trying rapper announced that he will be making a documentary about the numerous sexual assault accusations Diddy has faced in the past couple of weeks. A total of 4 women have come forward with sexual assault and rape claims. Oops, sorry. I don't think I'm supposed to say that on R word claims. 50 Cent also revealed that he will be donating the proceeds of the documentary to Diddy's alleged victims as well as other charities that support and empower victims of sexual assault and R word. 50 Cent puts Diddy on blast. 50 Cent shared a snippet from the upcoming documentary, which was developed and produced by his very own G Unit Film and TV. The rapper, who also happens to be executive producer, uploaded a short clip that shows Bad Boy artist Mark Curry claiming that Diddy would spike women who attended his parties. Then all the girls are, as I see in the club, after a while, they're all opening up their mouths like little birds. Curry recalled, quote, he's presumably Diddy, running around just popping pills in their mouths, pop, pill, 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 and then that was the party. According to the New York Post, Diddy was hit with his first round of sexual A-word claims by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie, and was recently served with his fourth sexual assault lawsuit earlier this week. No, quote, no, he will be fine, 50 Cent said about the myriad of lawsuits Diddy is facing. Quote, he has so much money when his corporate partners pull out, he would just reach in his pockets and make it happen. You saw how fast he paid Cassie. He's a real billionaire. He has FU money, guys. So FU. Um, hey, kudos to 50 for doing what he's gonna do. I think that's great. I think that's awesome that he's gonna donate money back to the alleged victims, and or everyone involved on the victim end of the situation. I think that was pretty cool. So huge props and respect to 50. I'm well aware that with him, it's one of those sad things where it's like I don't support him because I know he's still part of the bigger picture, and I know he's still part of the bigger crowd that pretty much like is influencing the generations for like not he's still leading people away from God basically. But when things like this happen and he claims what he claims is like, yo, like I respect that because I don't know. It's so tough, man. It's because you can't trust anybody. You really can't trust. Yeah. I've heard and seen of that. Yeah, Diddy is known to take male rappers shopping. Yeah, yeah. And 50 Cent has talked about that, where Diddy has invited 50 to like go shopping, and 50 was like, "Nigga, what? Shopping? Like, who you think I am? Like, you think like I'm like a girlfriend that you can just kind of like go shopping with, just like invite to go shopping with? Like, no one does. No dude ever does that. And like, if it is, it's like family, and it's like it's rare. But apparently, Diddy has like a habit of like wanting to do that with like his guy friends or guy circle or whatever. Um, but 50 always said it's weird. Like who does that? Who invites you to like go shopping like that? But anyways, again, respect to 50. Whether or not he's part of the bigger, larger group, um, I think sadly he is. But at the same time, it's nice to see. It's like refreshing to see him doing that type of like good deed. You know what I mean? But I can't talk too much about like 50 because he's always been extremely careful to like not be in the public light in a negative way. And he's done a great job thus far. So there's really nothing that anyone can really say about him. Uh, you know, but yeah. Yeah. Diddy took game shopping. Very sus. Very sus. Um, but anyways, out of all the articles that we went through today, please let me know in the live chat or in the comment section below afterward. Excuse me, afterwards. Um, your thoughts and your personal opinions on some of these like articles. Like for example, the Kodak Black situation. Do you think the bond was set too low? Because $75,000 to someone like him, I mean, come on. Again, that's kind of like, I don't want to say it's chump change, but it's like almost as if like the regular average person were able to like save up and put away a few $100s in their wallet just in case of emergencies. 75,000 for him is kind of sort of like that in a way. Talking about someone who makes millions of dollars. And then you have the whole like Balenciaga situation where they did the show, and sure, Kim Kardashian and her sister lost close to 1 million followers, but what is that to someone who has like over 300,000, like 300 million subscribers? You know what I mean? It's just, and then of course Lil Nas X and Kid Cudi trying to clown a Christian rapper for confronting Lil Nas X about him mocking Christianity and all that. Um, you know, the this situation right here where 50 Cent is making that documentary against Diddy about his, the whole like allegations against him and all that. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. I am genuinely curious and wanting to know what you guys think about all these articles. I just want to know. I'm just curious. But anyways, as I always say, you guys, if at any point in time within this show I have informed you, I made you laugh, I made you giggle, I made you think, I made you question things, and I made you think deep about anything, please, you don't have to. All right, let me make that very clear. No one here has to donate anything. No one has to bless me in any financial way. But if you can and you want to, and you think this channel is worth donating to, and it's worth blessing, me, my family, the channel, the team that works on this channel, then those options are in a scrolling banner below me with different ways that you can bless me and my family. I don't know if any one of you know what's going on with my father, but he is going through a difficult time. Um, I'll say this very quick because I don't want to dwell too much about it. It's a very sensitive topic, but um, recently, uh, a black, I don't say like a mass, but a black um, thing started appearing on his big toe, on his right foot. And that was weeks ago. And today, um, if I were to show you guys a picture or a visual of my father's toe, it looks like something from like a horror movie where it is blacked out. It is looking like it's dead. He's already gone to the doctors. They did tell him that it is a dead toe. Um, they are at this point trying to decide whether or whether not to go further in operating on in different ways on that toe, meaning they're trying to think and make sure whether amputation is necessary or leaving it alone is better. Um, and then just recently, like a day or two ago, something similar started happening on his other foot. So that's not good. Um, I believe in God. I believe that God still does miracles. My confidence and my trust is completely in God. My trust is in Jesus Christ. My trust is that if it is in God's will to do the miracle, and if He wants to feel like heal my father and heal the foot and heal the toe, He will. I have no doubt about that at all whatsoever. I trust God completely and blindly. So obviously, I'm praying for him. My family's praying for him. The church is praying for him. People near and dear to me are praying for him. So the only thing I will ask is if you're a consistent viewer of this channel or a supporter, keep him in your prayers. It's his right foot and big toe. And obviously his left foot just started giving similar symptoms. Um, he's going through it, and we just need as many prayers as possible. But when you pray, make sure that you pray genuinely trusting God and genuinely um, knowing and trusting that God can do the miracle. God has been extremely generous to me and my family. He's done so many miracles in the past. Uh, just very briefly before I let you guys go, a quick testimony. Years ago, back on the island, Puerto Rico, um, my parents and my brother were making their way down the mountainside to go to another city. Um, and it was a very rainy, slippery night when my father was like driving the car. Long story short, there was an accident. They had an accident. The car fell over mountainside a few hundred feet. The car was a total loss. The car was completely destroyed. However, God in His amazing grace and mercy He did not allow not a single scratch on my parents or my brother. I'm talking about if you see the car, if you saw the car, when I say it was completely destroyed, it was just kind of like when something gets compacted that is like squished, and like the windows are all broken, the the windshield, anything that you can think of was like broken, wrecked, and irreparable. Um, like that's what I mean. Yet my parents and my brother, there was no scratch on them. They weren't bleeding. They weren't cut. No scrapes. Nothing like that. No injuries, except for like obviously when a car moves the way it does, and the whole neck and back feeling stressed and like sore and all that from a regular accident that happened, of course, but no serious damage or injury was done to them within that situation. They were able to climb back up mountainside. They called the police. When the police got there, they said that car is all busted up. Like I feel bad for those people. Like, and they're like, no, we're those people. The cops couldn't believe it at first. The ambulance couldn't believe it at first. They checked them. It was one of those like miracles that I will never forget, nor my family will ever forget. And it's just constant reminders of God still doing miracles even to this day. So I trust God completely. I trust God blindly without any shadow of a doubt. So because of this, I want to ask you guys to please keep my father in your prayers. Again, it's basically both his feet, but mainly the big toe on his right foot and the pinky toe on his right foot. So if y'all could help me pray for my father in that sense, I would highly, highly appreciate it. If you have family members or friends or coworkers that are of the faith, let them know like, hey, his name is David, right? David Quinones. If you want to write that down on a paper, on a sticky note, or whatever, put notes on your phone. Pray for David Quinones and his big toe on his right foot. Um, but yeah, I won't keep dragging us out with that. Again, if you wanted to bless myself or the family or the channel itself, there's different options in the scrolling banner below me. Please consider them. You don't have to. These videos, this content, these streams have been myself and the family in any one of those ways. But anyways, I will start wrapping things up. If you guys have any comments, any questions, anything you want to say before I leave, now is the time to do it. Let me know in the live chat. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Let me know your feedback. Let me know whatever you guys want me to know before I leave, because I'm gonna stay for another 7 minutes or so. That way we can round things up to an hour at least, I guess. But yeah, for those of you who are here, I'm gonna be here for 7 more minutes. So if y'all want to say whatever you want to say in the live chat, say it right now or forever hold your peace. Uh, Man, my back hurts so much. Oh, it doesn't hurt. I'm needing a stretch. Anybody? Do I have any takers in the live chat area right now? Is your time to shine? Oh Lord, beef between two Puerto Rican rappers. Tell me something I didn't already know. Let me know, guys. I know, like, this is kind of like, um, a little bit unorthodox or like off the cuff or whatever. But yeah, I am always curious to know what you guys think or have to say about all of these topics that I touch on the channel, on some of these live streams and videos. Always curious to know your guys' feedback and thoughts. I'm gonna just wait a few more minutes. and then do like SpongeBob and head out. Also, for those of you who are new to the channel, because I know these past few days and weeks, I've had like a blessing of amount of new subscribers, and aside from me thanking you guys for subscribing to the channel, which means a lot to me, um, I do want you to take the time. Doesn't have to be now. It could be afterwards, after this stream or whatever. Do me a huge, solid, huge favor, because if you subscribe to the channel, it means that you're interested in like getting to know the channel and the content within the channel and myself, right? Do yourself a huge favor and go through the different playlists. This channel is trying to get that YouTube partnership program. Um, like I always tell you guys, not for the money, because if you ask anyone, because I know how it works because I've had another channel monetized before, and I can see the monetization in effect within like the advertisements and the commercials and all that. And I promise you, when it comes to that, it's pennies on the penny. So we're not doing it for that. What we're wanting the YouTube partnership for is to reach a larger audience, because once any channel gets that YouTube partnership, they are more aggressively pushed forward to bigger audiences. And the whole point is to reach people, a lot more people that two things are either like-minded, like we are here, right? Because it's always nice to have like a little family, a little community of like-minded people, and or reach people who, you know, normally wouldn't listen to or watch our type of content, but hopefully the topics that we talk about gain their interest, and once it gains their interest, they're able to like see more of our more important and deeper content, which is like the point of why I put out sometimes the videos that I put out. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do, and we're kind of far away now, because I don't know, sometimes like um, I had gained a lot of hours through certain videos, but those videos got taken down. And at the time, whenever YouTube or Google removes a video off of the channel, it used to also take away hours gained from that video. Um, and so that happened at some point, and now we're kind of like, we're close. It says that we're at 2,600 public watch hours. We used to have more than that a little while ago. Um, so we need to get to that 4,000 hour public watch hour time to be considered for the YouTube partnership program. So if you guys can help us get there, I will highly appreciate it. Um, and it's very simple. I mean, any one of you guys can just kind of like leave the playlist or any like videos like playing in the background while you're like doing the dishes, while you're whatever you're doing your homework. If you work at home, you're doing whatever you're doing for work from home, and you have it playing in the background. I don't know. When you go to sleep, just leave it playing in the background and just put the volume all the way down. There's different ways of making it happen where it doesn't have to be like an issue or like a nuisance. You know what I mean? Because that's the last thing. I would never want to be a nuisance to anybody on here. But at the same time, I do need you guys' help with that. I can't do it for obvious reasons. Like Google and YouTube pick up on the IP address, and they'll know if it's me doing the loop play. So it'll be against my favor. So that's why I need you guys to do it. I need actual organic interaction with the channel. I need you guys to do me that huge solid. I know it seems a little out of the norm, but sometimes that's what you got to do to like keep moving forward. Anyways, if nobody has anything to say, no questions, no opinions, none of that, then I will start saying my goodbyes. For those of you who are here, I appreciate you being here. Emily Rose, Memo Benjamin, Armansky, and anyone else who was here at any point in time. I really do genuinely appreciate the love and support you guys always show this channel and these streams. It really does mean a lot to me. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. This is JDQ with Vision iView TV Shorts. And until next time, God bless, stay safe and blessed out there, and peace.